If Georgia isn't ranked number one Tuesday night when these new rankings come out, you will see me lose my mind. You're going to have some people say, whoa, Matt, Ohio State beat Michigan State. They're up by like 40. Okay, Michigan State is awful. Me and 10 subscribers, I could pick 10 of you watching this video. I'm playing all-time quarterback. I promise you, we could beat Michigan State. I'm not playing. There we go. Let me show you how it is first. You'll notice there's nothing on my TV. It's because I turned it off. I've seen it off. As soon as this game, no, it is over. What am I talking about? When I get done filming this video, edit this obviously, upload it, and I'm going to watch the Oregon and USC game in bed. And I'll talk about that in just a second. Been up since 5 a.m., extremely tired. Also got to watch some film later. I'm going to do that while I'm probably watching the Oregon USC game. But that's besides the point. Sorry, I had a burp there. They're good. Really good. Really, really, really good. And I know it seems like I just harp on Georgia and I get up here and continue to say, man, this team is so great. They're so scary, but they are. I got to call it how I see it. If you were to never watch one of my videos and you were to watch me in this one and watch how I've talked about Georgia the past couple of weeks, you'd probably think I'm a Georgia fan, but I'm not. They're just that good. If you can't recognize greatness, you're a straight up hater. I always recognize greatness. Gosh. They're so good. It leaves me speechless. I stated this earlier in the year and everybody's like, Matt, you're tripping, Matt, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't think I'm crazy. This year's Georgia team is better than last year's team and the year before. Don't care. They don't have a weakness in any aspect of the game. Front seven, like when I say front seven, I'm talking about the defense, front seven. Secondary, not really. Offensive line, running back play, quarterback play is the best they've had in an extremely long time, probably ever since Matt Stafford. Not taking anything away from Stetson DoorDash Bennett. By the way, shout out to DoorDash Bennett. He was at the game. What about that? I guess he's trying to come back for a super senior COVID year, graduate year, or something like that. I'm just playing. I know it's corny saying all the jokes, but seriously, Stetson DoorDash Bennett, he was back. It was kind of cool to see him low-key. Hope he's doing well because he was having some problems with the Rams. I'm not going to get into all of that. If you know, you know. But yeah, Carson Beck, he's better than Stetson Bennett. If you disagree, I don't know what to tell you. Carson Beck is a legit first-round NFL draft prospect. Not this year, but next year. I've heard some people saying he could potentially be a top 5 pick next year. Different conversation for a different day. But my point is in telling you that the only thing Georgia has lacked since, I guess you'd say 2017 when Tua beat him in the championship was elite quarterback play. And now you see what Kirby Smart and Georgia can do when they have elite quarterback play. If they're playing as good as they've played in this game and the game before and just all the, except for the Auburn game, nobody can beat Georgia. If they're playing their A-plus game, nobody can beat Georgia. And I'm not even, come here. I'm not even too sure if anybody can compete with Georgia if they're playing their A-plus game. This team is amazing. I'm not just saying that to say that. I mean it. They are unreal. And if you're a Georgia fan and you're watching this, I hope you're feeling good when I say that. You should be feeling good. This is a heck of a ball team. Heck of a crew. I thought about getting up here and making this video midway through the third quarter, but I was like, nah, I don't want to miss something. Maybe Ole Miss or run off some points. It didn't happen. I should have made the video because I didn't miss anything. The backups were put in with like 7 minutes to go. As soon as the game started, and this is what's weird. Okay, I will say this. This is the weird thing about this Georgia team. The past, like 5 or 6 games, they let the other team score. Or they don't let them, but the other team scores first. Florida. Most recently, Auburn did too, and then Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's one of the worst teams in the country. Vanderbilt. And then tonight. And when Ole Miss scored that first touchdown, I sat up. I was like, wait a minute. They just went up and down the field. They marched up and down Georgia like it was nothing. was like, huh, we might have a good game here. I even tweeted it out. I was like, yeah, Ole Miss came to play, guys. Watch out. Might have us a little shootout here. Nah, I don't know what it is. My conspiracy theory is that Georgia just allows these teams to score first, so they get a big head and ego, and they're like, all right, we're really going to show you how to play. It reminds me of like when a dad's playing in the backyard with his kid or son, and he lets him score a couple points, and then he turns it on. He got to show him who's daddy. All right, that's what Georgia's doing all these SEC teams. They're letting them score. They're like, all right, you had your fun. Now I got to pound you. That sounded at pause. Okay, that's not like that. That sounded really weird, but you get what I'm trying to say. They're actually just straight up, like Georgia's letting them score. Like if it's basketball, they're letting the little kid shoot the shot. They're like, oh yeah, you got me. And then after they make the shot, they're like, all right, it's time to go to pretty much Pound Town. That also sounds a little sus. All right, I just need to move on here. You get my point. Georgia is just pounding all these teams, destroying them, and it's getting ugly. This Ole Miss game, as soon as that first, 14-14? I believe it was 14. I done forgot because it seemed like after that first touchdown, Georgia blew them out. But pretty much, after that first touchdown, Georgia just dominated the game. And it could have been worse because heading into halftime, Georgia about to get more points, but they threw an interception. I think Carson Beck, well, it wasn't really his fault. It was the receiver's fault. Going in halftime, 28-14, and ever since halftime, it's been Georgia, 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 and more Georgia. And I got to say this while it's on my mind because I almost forgot to. If Georgia isn't ranked number 1 Tuesday night when these new rankings come out, you will see me lose my mind. All right? Just putting that out there right now. So you can come on back. I'll record my live reactions to the rankings. We do it every Tuesday night. You're going to get my live reaction per usual. I'm telling you. I'm just going to leave it at this. ESPN update. That's probably the end of the Georgia game. If Georgia's not number 1, I'm either A, going to lose my mind, or B, lose my mind. There is no way you can watch this Georgia team dominate Ole Miss and try to tell me they're not the number 1 team in the country. Because, and this is why I say the committee, they're being hypocrites, right? Because I know a lot of you are going to say, well, Matt, Ole Miss ain't that great. That's fine. If you want to say Ole Miss isn't that great, that's fine. But the committee just told us, right, last week, Ole Miss is a top 10 team. That's their logic, not mine. That's theirs. So essentially speaking, if Georgia just beat the team you ranked 9th in the country by 50 points, Georgia's got to be number 1. No conversation, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm using their logic, not mine. And I already know you're going to have these losers and nerds and Ohio State fans. And it's weird because all the Ohio State fans are even tweeting at me saying the same thing. Oh, yeah, Georgia should be number 1. So I don't even understand. That's when you know it's bad. When Ohio State fans are saying Georgia should be number 1, because those are some of them, not all of them, but they're some of the most naive fans out there. They think Ohio State's the best thing since sliced bread. Different conversation for a different day. But my point is, you're going to have some people say, well, Matt, Ohio State beat Michigan State. They're up by like 40. Okay. Michigan State is awful. Me and 10 subscribers. I could pick 10 of you watching this video. I'm playing all-time quarterback. I promise you, we could beat Michigan State. I'm not playing. Me and 10 subscribers could beat Michigan State. Probably by 20. Gosh, I hate that. Because there's already people saying, well, Ohio State looks really impressive, Matt. I don't know. I ain't going to say it. I'm done. I'm done. I ain't going to say it. Let me pull up these stats before I lose my mind. Oh, my goodness. This was worse than what I thought. Well, worse for Ole Miss. Good if you're a Georgia fan. And this is what's going to take Georgia to another level, man. Circle it. Draw arrows to it. Do whatever you got to do. Get that out of the way. Tonight, this is just really, it tells you the summary of the game. Ole Miss, they had a decent showing on offense. Of course, 17 points isn't going to be enough. My preview for this game, now I think about it, was spot on. I was like, yeah, Ole Miss, the only way they even have a chance is if they win in a shootout because you're not going to stop Georgia. I predicted Georgia was going to score in the, I think I said high 30s or 40s. Can't remember my exact prediction, but I knew Georgia was going to put up points because Ole Miss defense is, should I say hot garbage or below average? We'll just say hot garbage because they ain't been too good. They gave up a lot to LSU, gave up whatever. You get the point. They're not very good. Ole Miss, though, 350 total yards offense. Not bad, but not going to get the job done when you're playing Georgia and you know you got to score in the 40s. And Georgia, it's what's taken them to another level. And that's why I think this is the best team Kirby Smart has ever had. And I know that, I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to take in because they're going to say, well, Matt, we won back-to-back national championships. I get it, but this team's better. And even though they're better, that doesn't always mean the best team wins national championships. Nick Saban's had plenty of teams with Alabama, or his best team, some of his better teams at Alabama didn't win championships. And some of his worser teams won championships. So it's just how the cookie crumbles. But point is, Georgia had 611 yards to offense. Ole Miss couldn't stop them. That is the storyline of this game. There's really not too much more to say, guys. Georgia is a machine on offense this year. They're not just a force to be reckoned with on defense. They can also outscore you. They can also win a shootout. Yeah, they won a shootout last year with Ohio State. But for the most part, I would consider that Georgia team last year a defensive team that had Stetson Dordash in it, making a couple of decent plays here and there. And when Georgia needed him last year, he provided. But this year, it's just a different feel. When I watch Carson back, the way he throws the ball, he has one of the prettiest balls I've ever seen. That guy's going to be special one day. And I'm not talking about just for Georgia. I'm talking about for the NFL. He just looks like an NFL quarterback. And he's young, too. This is his first year, really. Yeah, this is his first year even playing meaningful football. That wasn't garbage time. I could sit up here all night and rant and rave on this Georgia team. I love this Georgia team. They are fantastic. Big shout out to the Georgia fan base. Come on now. Where's Georgia Nation at? Dog Nation? Yeah, y'all are Dog Nation. I don't see too many of y'all ever in the comment section. So I want to see some of y'all commenting. Let me know your thoughts down below. But